and internal dysfunction have plagued a state agency charged with overseeing large portions of Connecticut's legal cannabis industry.
That's according to a new report from the state comptroller. News 8's Mike Cerulli is live in Hartford with more on that. Mike.
Yeah, Ann and Darren, the Social Equity Council is a relatively new state agency. It is tasked with ensuring that those communities hardest hit by the war on drugs can reap some of the benefits of the state's new legal cannabis industry. And while the state comptroller is clear he doesn't think anything criminal happened at the agency, he did outline several troubling examples of conduct within that agency. Dysfunction, confusion, and a lack of formal policies. Those are just some of the descriptors used by witnesses in a new report detailing the internal workings of the Social Equity Council. One of the council's responsibilities is to license cannabis businesses operating in communities impacted by the drug war.
On the licensing side, that meant unclear, contradicting, and changing guidance that was provided to applicants, poor communication to these applicants, almost all of which was verbal and never in writing.
The council is also tasked with distributing tens of millions of state dollars in grants, contracts, and loans to benefit those impacted communities. The comptroller found 2 instances in which the council was unable to provide all the bid documentation and evaluations for contracts totaling $90,575.
I think they certainly spent money on things that were frivolous and a waste of money.
To remedy the dysfunction and rein in spending, the comptroller released a series of legislative proposals that include establishing more clear guidelines for how money is spent and creating a more objective process for licensing. Those are proposals that one top Republican agrees are needed, and he points out that his party had raised concerns back when the council was first created.
I think a lot of those recommendations I would support. It's unfortunate that we're here, but there were a lot of people back in the day that were more interested in commercializing marijuana than actually getting it right.
A spokesperson for Governor Lamont said this report highlights several recommended reforms the council can take to improve its processes of awarding grants and contracts. The governor looks forward to working with the council's members to ensure the council is prioritizing investments in communities that have faced significant injustices and disparities in recent decades. The council recently installed a new executive director, an effort to usher in change. The new director wrote in part, "In the month I have been in this role, reviewing our policies, processes, and procedures has been a top priority, and we have already taken steps to begin a strategic planning process. I am eager to continue working with the council and my team to ensure our efforts to foster the system's change this critical effort demands." The state legislature is not set to reconvene until early next year. Meantime, the comptroller told us today he believes that tens of millions of dollars in spending should be paused until reforms can be implemented. Live in Hartford, Mike Cerulli, News 8.